Okay. Hi, everyone. Hope you all feel good. And I'm Snir. I will be with you in this trading room today. I just would like to check first that you all can hear me and see my screen. And we are about to start in another 5 minutes. So just give me a sign on the chat box that you can hear me and see my screen, please. Great. Thank you very much, Anita. All right, so I'll be back in 5 minutes. All right, we're about to start in 5 minutes. So see you then. Okay, so hi again. Welcome to the 5ers trading room. I'm Sneer. I will be with you this in trading room for this day. Just before we start, I would like to mention that during this next few days, we decided that just let me check. All right, sorry. Looks and sound good. Thank you. I didn't ask, but you're right. Usually I check it before I start. Thank you, Omar. So I just wanted to mention that in the next few days in this week, we want to broadcast this trading room since it's the end of the year, and usually the market is also really ranging and boring. So we'll take a break for the next 3 days, and I will do this broadcast for today. We will also discuss about an opportunity that might be relevant for the next few days. And the next time that we will broadcast this training room, it will be next Monday. All right. So before we start, I would like to give you the opportunity to ask any questions if you have regards our program that we offered, or regard the method that usually I stick to and try to give you this added value, which is supply and demand. And as far as I checked the last time, most of you didn't really knew this method of understanding price action, supply and demand, and critical levels in the price. And as far as I remember, most of you start to stick to this method and learn and try to practice this method. I personally believe, and from my experience, that it's the most professional method to read and really understand the price action, how it works, where is the big money, how to realize and define it on the chart, and how to trade it. And so I do hope you enjoy it, and I do hope you found a good source to keep learning, practice this one. Anyway, just if you have any questions regarding this method that I trade and show you on the charts, you are more than welcome to ask. As usual, we will analyze a few pairs together. We'll take it from the higher time frame to the lower time frame, and as I said, we will look for an opportunity even for the next few days if there are some. All right, so of course, if you have any preferred pair that you would like to talk about and you want me to analyze, you are more than welcome to write it down on the chat box, or if you have any other questions. Okay, all right, so I'll take the one that just in the chart now, which is the GBP against the US dollar. And as you can see, this is the 15-minute chart. So if we already in this 15-minute chart, I would like to take this level, as you can see here, as the next available supply. It seems good supply. I will check again here in 5 minutes and even 1 minute chart. Let's see how it looks. I think I will put the line about here. All right. So this is where I will try to take a sell position on the first touch of the price. Of course, only if the price reach that level. And yes, okay. Okay, so on the first touch, I'll sell this level. The stop loss can be just a bit above, maybe even this one here. I'll take the chart to the left a bit, right? Somewhere here, a few pips above this level. And I think there at the bottom here, we do have a demand level. By the way, both levels are relevant for, I would say, intraday maybe. Okay, not scalping, but maybe intraday position that can be held for a few hours maybe. The distance between these two levels is about 120 pips, 125 pips. So we have enough room to make nice profit. I mean, if it works in our benefit. So in 5-minute chart, I would like to check better how this level looks. And I will take this level as a good demand, and I'll buy it on the first touch of the price here. The stop loss will be just below this level, a few pips. All right. Back to the 15-minute chart. This is how it looks. So sell at the first touch here, buy on the first touch of the price here. We do have another level, which is this one, but I think the price already checked this level. Let's see in 1-minute chart. Yes, I think this or this one, I would consider this as a check here. So it's not relevant anymore. It was a good level after the price really run away from that level, create this demand level. This is about the first touch. And so far that's the reaction, where the price now almost got back to the entry levels area. And if I would take this position, this supply above that I just mentioned, we can sell on the first touch maybe. It's definitely relevant in a level to take the profit. I would take all the profit there. Yes. Okay. Euro yen we will check soon. And all right. Russian, you ask if there are hello people. I'm just trying to answer you because not all of the attendees see this chat box. And your question is there are people are really use this method as supply and demand to make a living. And first of all, from our perspective in our fund, we do have many traders who consistently take a nice profit every month. I cannot tell you for sure that they trade supply and demand. I mean, it's not the only method that work. You know, there are many. I do believe that if we trade manually and we analyze the charts manually, then I do believe that supply and demand is the most professional way to trade. And that's the only answer I can give you. And from my experience and from what I know, I did knew some people that really make a nice profit using the supply and demand and getting more and more profession in this method. By the way, not only in Forex, also in the stock market, because the idea, it's the same idea, supply and demand, it's supply and demand, and it's the engine and the heart of the market, of every market in our life. So if you take a chart of one of the biggest stock, let's say, okay, not a minor stocks that have a very little volume. I'm talking about stocks like they have huge amount of volume, not like Forex, but still huge amount of volume. You'll find that supply and demand is reliable and works perfect also in the stock market. If you choose a symbol, I can also show it here on the trading room if you want, of course. All right. So, sure, you're welcome. All right. So let's take the let's go to the higher time frame. Okay, we have just spoke about the opportunity in this short in the low time frame here, the 15 minutes, 5-minute chart. This is a great supply to sell on the first touch. This is a great demand to buy on the first touch. That's the only two opportunities that, and for now, it's the next opportunities that I can see in this chart. Okay. And let's go to the daily chart. As you can see, we cannot say it, but it start to look that the price tends to create double top pattern. We cannot call it double top yet, only if the price will break out the last low here between these two tops. Then we can look up and say, all right, we do have a double top pattern above, but it's not yet. So this is the daily chart, this is the weekly chart. We can all see that the price still holding on this tiny supply here. That's probably, we cannot see it on the weekly chart, but we can understand the reaction here. That was the first reaction. Then here and here again almost broke out, and here again and here. I think it's maybe even a bit broke out this level here. Not yet. I don't think, if we consider these two small candles here. So we are still in a resistance area. I'm not sure if to call this a breakout. I mean, if I would say the price somewhere here above, I would say, okay, the price broke out this resistance, but that's not the case here. So I'm not sure about taking this as a breakout. And for the 4H time frame, I would give a priority for sell position if I was a swing or long-term traders. I still don't have any clear opportunity, and I cannot say for sure that this uptrend is end. We are still in the uptrend in the daily chart and even in the 4H time frame if you take a look. But I would prefer and give the priority for the sell opportunities now. So for those who want to take it further, this sell position, if it works in our favor, it might be relevant even for long term, for further destination. Okay, not only to this target here, this demand. So that's for the long swing term perspective. Euro yen, as someone asked, I will pass through the euro yen, and here it is. Okay, so this is a 15-minute chart. We can see that the price created here, the price just came back from support level here. You can see this support. It was a demand probably here on the left. This is maybe it's the first and the second touch of the price on this demand. That's the third time, which almost broke out this demand. You can see almost. And now the price goes up. And let's see how this level here at the top, because in 15 minutes chart, we can see a big red candles. And this is the 5-minute chart. According to what I see in this 5-minute chart, I would put the line here. And this is the 1-minute chart. By the way, this is a small Quasimodo in 1-minute chart. But I would like to see how this level above looks in 1-minute chart. This one here. So I think it's a good level to sell euro yen. That's for the 15-minute chart. But if I go to the 1H time frame to get a better perspective, to be honest, you can see how it looks in the 4H, and this is how it looks. Me personally, I don't really like this kind of charts. The price is ranging for almost from the beginning of March, sorry, the beginning of December, which is here about this area, and that's what we have. Still, it's about 80-90 pips of range, but you can see how it's going from level to level. Okay, it can be very tricky and risky, and if I stick to the method supply and demand and sell and buy only on the first touch of the price, we cannot say anymore that now it's the first touch of the price at this level, because what we saw here in 15-minute chart, now we can see that it's all a resistance level from the left, and all this bottom, it's kind of support area, support zone here. So I prefer to wait for the price to reach that level, which seems good as a demand level, and this is how it looks in the 1H time frame. It's perfect demand for buy position. Okay, we can see how this support is just relying on the demand that the price created on the left during this rally. First we have this demand here, then we have another one here. So you can see how the price react to these demands. We put line here just to show you. We can put the line here about this one, and we can see that this demand holds the price here approximately, here for sure, and here, and again here, and here it's almost broke out this demand. This one and this one, it's already a reaction for the one below here, and all this level became support level according to this demand and this one. The next available in the free and fresh one is this one, this demand here below. So I'll definitely consider to buy this one. Okay, would you consider left, or I just missed this question? Kadir, what do you mean would you consider left as a left shoulder? Just give me a reminder what pair you're talking about. I'll get back if we need to the previous one. On the weekly time frame, for which pair? This one, the euro yen. This euro yen one. Okay. Oh, all right. You know what? We'll back to the pound dollar in a minute. All right. So just let's say finish with the euro against the yen, and okay. So that's my explanation. I don't really like this kind of chart. I do mention this as a supply according to what we can see in the 5 and 15 minutes time frame, but too risky, at least for me. Too risky, because all this supply is just in this resistance area that we just saw in the 4H time frame. So I don't like this. Okay, so you ask about the pound dollar in the weekly chart, and I'm not sure what do you mean if this one is a shoulder and this one is the head, and this one can be the right shoulder. I'm not sure. Anyway, I really don't see here any clear head and shoulders pattern in the weekly chart for the pound dollar. Okay, inverted head and shoulders, I do understand this, probably this situation here, but I don't really see any clear one that I will use, so I don't think. All right, so that's for the euro yen. What was before we go now to the euro dollar and pound yen? Okay, let's check the euro dollar, which you can see you can see very clear how the price had a perfect reaction for this demand from the left, right? I think I mentioned this before, that when you see this, it's called DBR, which means drop, then base, and rally. These levels are usually strong level, and very reliable trader to trade it. So that's what we have here, and that's the first touch of the price after the price created this level. It's a great demand, and you can see the reaction already, approximately 30 pips of profit. We'll probably will see the price keeps up all the way up to probably between these two candles. We will find a supply level somewhere here, and with a very high probability that the price will go up all the way to the top here, which also seems like a great level for sell position at the first touch, at least from what we seeing now in this 5 and 15-minute chart. I would like to check all these levels also in the 1-minute chart, and I think here we have something, some level that I'm not talking about a great level for sale, but it won't surprise me if we will get some reaction from this level. And here it's good one, the top. So here above, I will probably take the risk and sell on the first touch of the price. This below is not valid anymore. The price already collects the unfilled orders that we are counting on. So it's not relevant anymore. Again, as we saw in the euro yen, the price created a new supply here, but still we can see that it's not exactly a reaction, but it's at the same level as the supply here, and it's kind of supply slash resistance. I'm not sure how to call this level. You see? Well, to be honest, I think it's all rely on the gap from 2 weeks ago here, that the price opened the week with a gap down of 40, bit more than 40 pips. And as I mentioned before, a gap down or up usually, not always, but usually define a supply or demand level. So we can call this level as a supply. That's what we have. That's the first touch, and that's another one. And here is the third time. So if the price will back to this level, also, even we saw here a great supply in the 5 and 15-minute chart, it's the same situation as we saw in the euro against the Japanese yen. It became a bit risky. I mean, every time the price came back to the same level, the chance that we will see the price breaking out these levels are getting higher and higher. All right. So even we have a great supply above, it seems like a great supply. If we take a look at the whole picture, it's a risky level. I personally, I won't take the chance here to sell. So that's for the euro dollar. Let's see from the daily perspective, we can see where is the price. Now we are in a bullish momentum. That's very clear. Weekly chart, the price here start to react to this weekly kind of supply, what we think here. And that's the reason that the price stuck there. But I think we mentioned this before also, all this, especially this, it's a reaction for the original supply from the left here. And that's the reaction. This is the second time or the third time, the price back to this level. I won't sell here according to the weekly chart, you know, just sell here and put the stop loss here. Not only because it's very wide level, but it's not the first touch, but I still believe that we will see a good reaction. You know, a reaction according to this weekly chart can be 200-300 pips. So I will keep my eyes open and I will look for the reversal opportunity. I will look for it from the lower time frame. This situation, what I mean is, I would like to see the price breaking out this level, this last low, this support resistance, all this zone. It's a critical level. And I'm not talking about something like this. That's not a significant one for me. That's not convenience. I'm talking about something like this, for example. All right? A very convenience breakout will create a great opportunity for to look for a sell position for swing in long terms. So this is what I'm looking for, to see if the price will break out this level. Then I will look for a new fresh supply that the price created. I will let the price retrace this supply and sell on the first touch. For now, we are still far from this scenario, but I will keep my eyes open on this situation. And I will consider to buy euro dollar, by the way, as a long or swing term trader only here at the bottom at this demand, which is the next available fresh demand that the price didn't touch since created it. Right? All this level, I will take this risk. It seems like a good one. Okay, so after the euro dollar, let's go to the pound against the yen. Pound against the yen. Sorry if I missed some of your questions here. I'll try to. Okay. All right. So this is the pound against the yen. This is the daily chart. Okay. And as we can see, just 2 days ago, it seems the price maybe broke out this small supply that, as you can see, the price reacted, had a nice reaction for this supply here, here, and here, and here, and here. It seems that the price, I'm not sure if to call this breakout, but get a bit higher than this supply. Anyway, that's the situation in the daily chart for the pound against the yen. Weekly chart, I don't have any clear conclusion in this weekly chart, and this the 1H time frame. So for the 1H time frame, we can see here something above, and this is the 15-minute chart. I would like to see if that level is a convenience supply. Maybe it can be. Something is all right. I think about a bit higher here. Let's see how this level look in the 1 minute time frame. Okay, so I would take the risk here above. If the price reach that level, I'll consider to sell on the first touch of the price. Okay, it can be a good opportunity. 5-minute chart. This is how it looks, and it's about 4. I'm not sure that there is any critical news as far as I checked, unless some of you can enlighten my eyes. But because this movement seems like a movement before the price, before some high impact news release. But we keep following this one. If that's the situation and there is a news release in these few minutes now, we can check it in the Forex factory maybe. All right. If that's the situation, then I really don't recommend to trade during the news unless you have a special strategy that trading during news. But, and I will explain you why, because during the news release, high impact news, many times what happens is that the price breaking out supply and demand and create new one. 10 minutes ago, still issue with Brexit. All right, thank you, John. Okay, because, well, as far as I check here in Forex Factory, I don't see anything in the news calendar, and it's even bank holiday in the British. So, okay, if you found it, you probably know what you're saying. So I'm not sure if there was something significant that a significant announcement or something like this. Anyway, during news, what happened is that the price many times creates a new supply and demand. So it's better sometimes to let the news release, let the price run away up or down, and then see what the price occur and try to join the supply or demand level. By the way, this is the pound against AUD, but I think I will close this position. I'm not sure if it's still holding, as you can see. Small profit, but anyway. Okay. Since there was something regards the Brexit, I won't take the risk here. So that's the reason usually I don't trade news. It's not that supply and demand not working in news, and there is a different method that's somehow start to work. It's just because that during this time, many times after the high impact news release, the price create new levels and break out old levels. Okay, so I prefer to let the price to do what he do and then try to continue and look for new opportunities. So this is the pound against the yen. That's the level. To be honest, also here I won't take the risk. I did open this pound against the AUD somewhere here. It was here, I think. Then I just closed it about break even or with a small profit. It was an hour ago, so it's not closed, and I didn't found any news release. But at this time, I won't take the risk with the pound against them, because if there was a significant announcement, then we might see the price run away up or down aggressively, and it will create new opportunities. So it's better to wait for. So that's for the pound against the yen. Of course, here at the bottom, we do have a great demand to buy on the first touch here. This is how it looks in the 1H time frame. You can see this demand. By the way, this demand is the one that broke out this supply. This supply is also after the price gapped down, you can see. So this demand is the one that broke out this supply. It seems like it's a good and strong demand, so I'll definitely consider to buy here on the first touch of the price. Okay, and daily chart. We have spoke about the daily chart. I'll go back to the lower time frame to see if we missed something. By the way, I think if the price, this is the 1 minute time frame, so I won't take the risk, and I give you the explanation just a minute ago about this level and the situation with the news now, but it still seems like a good opportunity that we might miss. So I will keep following the price in this 1 minute time frame, and I will look for sign of reversal from this 1 minute time frame. If I find one, I'll let you know. I would like to see the 1 minute charts time frame changing this momentum, this bullish momentum. For example, if the price will break out this level now here, okay, if we see something like this, then I will see and look for a new supply that the price created in 1 minute chart. Let the price retrace and sell this supply level. Okay, we'll keep following this one. All right, so I think we already discussed the Canadian against the yen, or maybe not. I think not. All right, let's talk about the Looney against the Japanese yen. I'll start with the daily chart. I'm sorry, but still, like many of the pairs these days. The situation is really boring. Here, this is the resistance the price just now reached at the daily time frame, and maybe here it's a demand. If we're talking about the daily time frame, somewhere here below, we do have a level that seems like a demand level. I will check how it looks in this 4H time frame. It is still look like demand, but I won't take the risk there. This level, all this level here, it's just a reaction for the original demand here from the left, where you can see that the price really ran away from that level and left the unfilled orders behind here. So this is the first check of the price. That's the reaction. I won't consider this as a demand, as we can see in this 4H time frame. 1H time frame. If I take a look here on the left, I don't see any significant supply, only here maybe. So if the price reached that level, I will take the risk and sell on the first touch of the price. At least from what I saw until now on this pair, I will take the risk here, but only as a reaction. I will be very careful with this position. I will roll my stop loss to the break even at the first opportunity, and that's all. So that's the next available supply here above on the 1H time frame. Below, we talk about this level. It's not the best one. 15-minute chart. This is kind of reaction for this demand here from the left. You can see how this supply have this reaction, but it's nothing. It's 15, 16 pips. You can see that after the price created this supply, there was a very aggressively move up the price. If we take the risk here, I think the price didn't broke out this supply above this candle at least. This is the highest the price reached. We would suffer from a significant drawdown, but still the position should be still active and open, and that's what we got after. This is the reaction for the new small demand here. You can see the gap, right? And I think this is from the beginning of the week, of course. So that's the gap. The price closed the gap. It's also a demand, and this is what we got so far. 5-minute chart, and nothing new. So only here I will consider to sell this pair on the first touch of the price. Let's take a look again on the pound against the yen. And the price still goes up. Okay, interesting. I would set a sell limit here. Well, let's take the risk. Seems the price a bit calmed down, and now the movement is quite easy. So the stop loss is a bit too far. I think here it will be enough. Well, let's see. We'll back to this one in another few minutes. And the next one is euro against the pound. Okay, let's check the euro against the pound. Here it is, 4H time frame. Okay, we just came back from a reaction from this demand. This is the 4H time frame, daily time frame, and when I don't find any clear picture in my eyes, I just leave it. So 4H, 1H time frame, 15-minute time frame. I don't think it's even if it looks like a supply level here above, I won't take the risk. I think if we go to the 5-minute chart, it will be less convenience, this level. Okay. All right, you can see. Considering for 5-minute chart, we don't have a big red candle, at least one that run away from that level. It's, you can see, it's not convenience. It's not a strong supply. So I won't take. According to this one, you can see how it looks. And you can see the reaction here, exactly here. All right. Okay. So, to be honest, I don't really like the situation that this chart looks now for the euro against the pound. And I'm sorry if it's boring, but you know, I must say the truth, especially if this time of the year when it's the end of the year. So we can find a scalping intraday opportunities here and there, but most of the time, especially in the last few days, the market is very quiet, and since the volume is very low, all this technical analysis can be much less reliable. Okay, so you should be very careful. All right, but we will continue and see if, opa, we are very close to the trigger. All right, we'll check it soon. So let's go back to the what have you asked for the Euro GBP, and the next one I'll take a look is the US dollar against the yen. All right, so this is the, as you can see, this position is open. Okay, this is the stop loss here. Oh, it's a bit tight. It's less than 7 pips, so just the spread is can be 1 or 1.5 pips. So I'll set the take profit here at this support slash demand. Was demand before. Now it might be, maybe if the price reaches, of course, it may be will change to be a support, hopefully. All right, so we'll back to this one before we end, and for now we'll go to the dollar against the yen. Here's the dollar against the yen, and daily time frame. Okay, we can see that the price in the daily time frame kind of compressed down towards this level here, that I'm sure somewhere here at the bottom there is a demand hiding here. So I will let the price, if I were trading according to the daily chart only, so I would look for the buy position only here at the bottom of this level here. And for now, you can see how it looks. Very boring price. Just ranging this 30 pips for the last few days, maybe 10 days even, from here to there and back. So it's about 40 pips, but still a range of 40 pips in 10 days. It's not the best pair to trade, right? So I don't think I will take this one as an opportunity for trading. Okay. So, not really interesting one. I'll take the last one, which is the euro against the Canadian, the Looney. Sorry, the US dollar against the Canadian. Okay. This one. Let's check how it looks on the daily time frame. And Brian, you ask if I'm considering a correlations between the pairs during the analysis. No, I really don't. Um, if I found a great level to sell or to buy, I will sell. Of course, usually I won't take a sell position on pound dollar and at the same time a buy position on pound yen. Okay. Uh, that's the only consideration I can do regards the correlations. Okay, so that's the daily chart for the US dollar and Canadian, and as we can see, we can see kind of Quasimodo pattern here. Okay, after the price created this rally, we will be able to see it here in the 4H time frame. You can see how far the price rise up above this supply from the left here, and if the price reach that level, it's kind of indication that maybe the price tends to reach higher level, at least maybe here or here. So if I was a swing or long-term traders, I would give the priority to look for a buy or for a new demand in this US dollar against the Looney. And according to what I see here, it's about this area here. I'll try to check this level on the 15-minute time frame, which is this one. Not very convenient, but according to what I saw in the 4H and the daily chart, I would take the risk maybe here. I would take the risk and buy on the first touch of the price here. If I would do that, I would set the stop loss below, well, again, this level here. Okay, sorry. All right, so if I would take this position, I would set the stop loss below this level, which is about 70 pips, let's say. And another option is just, we can let the price dig inside this level maybe, and look for the reversal signal from the lower time frame, from the 15 minutes, from the 5-minute chart. We can look for the signal once the price get inside this level. Or we can also buy on the first touch here, set the stop loss here. Okay, so that's for the swing long-term perspective for the US dollar against the Canadian. And if I will roll down, I'm trying to see if we had something, because we had this supply, which is a very clear one, and we have this reaction, a very nice one. And so far, and since then, we have nothing from the lower time frame. This is the 1H time frame. So even here, I don't see any clear opportunity beside what we talked here about this before, which we can see the picture in the daily and the 4H time frame and get to the conclusion that the price might be continue up to a higher levels, and so we can look for a buy position here. Okay, so that's for the US dollar against the Canadian. And I think according to what I saw in other pound dollar in pairs, I think the pound yen is not far from hitting the stop loss. Hopefully it's not, but even if yes, that's part of the trading. And if the price will go back to the entry level now, I will consider to close it at break even. That's the situation now. Okay, that's part of managing the position. I'm not stick to this take profit anyway, whatever will be. And as you can see in the chart, the situation now is changed. It seems that with a 1 minute time frame, the price created a new level here, maybe small tiny demand, So if the price will back to this level, I will close it at break even, which will be fine for me. Okay. So I think it's a good example of how to manage a position after it's open. And okay, thank you guys for joining us today. I really appreciate your participating and hope you enjoyed this and good benefit from this. Just to remind you, it's the last few days in the year. The volume in the market it's very low, which usually created the situation that as I said before, technical analysis became, I won't say not relevant, but less and less reliable. And so just be careful, enjoy your holidays, Happy New Year, and see you the next Monday. Okay. Until then, wish you all successful. Thank you very much. Bye.